Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Guide. So, today's episode is just about everything related to hair care. This may or may not become a two-part episode, but that's very unlikely. So, if you guys already know me, I have a very, very strong love-hate relationship with my insane hair. It's literally insane. Some days it looks really good, and some days it needs to be brushed every 5 minutes, and it looks like I got freaking electrocuted. And some days it's just both. Today it's like freaking both. My hair is not that bad right now, but I brushed it about 15-20 minutes ago. So that could be a reason why. But yeah, my hair is absolutely insane. But I saw this other article long time ago at this point on how to eat for healthy hair on shinesheets.com, and that's actually like an amazing blog in general, I guess. Like, I don't really know. They have like a lot of health and wellness and beauty and content on that kind of stuff. And it's amazing. They have articles on literally everything, but that's what inspired me to finally write this episode on hair care that's kind of been long overdue. So we're going to be talking about hair care routines, eating for healthy hair, tips to grow your hair, how yoga and exercise can somehow influence hair growth, and my favorite hair care products will be sprinkled throughout this whole episode. But before moving on, okay, so podcast updates. I'm at 520 plays. That was some pretty quick growth, and I decided that even though New Year's is a decent while away from now, I'm gonna have to start writing those episodes pretty soon to get them out because I always try to be a month or two, sometimes if I'm lucky, ahead of I just try to like write my episodes and have them ready a few months before. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm kind of falling behind. I only have episodes for today and then 2 more weeks from now. So I really need to get back on writing ever since soccer started and my civics class. There's so much homework to do like all the time, and that takes up literally all my time after school. And I try to write on the weekends, but sometimes that's also not possible. So yeah, I think the last time I wrote was maybe like for 2 minutes, for like about an hour last week because I actually decided I'm not writing at all. I need to write. Okay, so how did I get to there? Anyway, back to my original point. So I was thinking about scheduling my episodes because on Sundays, um, I realized that people from a lot of different countries listen to this, and some of them might be listening to this on a completely different day. I don't know, depending on how time zones work, it could be a completely different day. They could be listening to this on a Monday. Well, obviously it's gonna be a completely different day. I publish these episodes every Sunday, but you might be listening to this on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. But it might just like show as being published on Monday because of just the time zone difference. So that's a thing that I was thinking about, and I'm just like, well, what if I schedule my episodes? Because I know lots of people schedule their like lots of popular podcasters, they schedule their episodes and then have them published on like 12 a.m. the day they want it to be published. Like if they want to publish on like Wednesday, they would have it set to publish at 12 a.m. that Wednesday and probably recorded a day or two before, to have time to edit it. I don't really edit any of my episodes unless I these days find something absolutely wrong with it and I just have to cut it out. That like last week's episode was the first time I did that. I don't edit my episodes like at all. So yeah. A, I just suck at editing things, and B, I don't feel like it's necessary because I wouldn't really know what to edit to make it sound better. So like, yeah, I'm just not experienced with that, but yeah, that's me. So I was thinking of scheduling my episodes. I just might not end up doing that because it would mean having to record, like, I don't even know if I wanted to record the day before on Saturday. Saturdays are already kind of busy. Well, actually, they're not anymore. Saturdays used to be busy for me, but now my soccer season's ending this Friday. I'll explain that in a minute. But yeah, so I might actually just be recording them on Saturdays and publishing on Sundays. That might just be easier for me. So yeah, that's that. Okay, so no episode updates. I had some good episode update posts planned out for the past 2 weeks, and I just forgot about them because I have not been creating my Instagram posts. Once again, it has been well over a whole month, and I'm still trying to get back on track with Instagram. It's like hard. I made a plan. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna create a new post every day for 2 weeks and just have like a pile of them. ready to go whenever I need them, and that kind of failed. I did that for about 2 days, and it sort of just epically failed. Yeah, I did not follow through with that, so I need to make more posts, and I need to learn about video editing like ASAP. So yeah, don't really know what to search up on Google to figure it out, but I need to learn about all that kind of stuff like as soon as I can because it is important now. But yeah, I just forgot post episode updates. I also didn't have any content to post. It also was kind of late, so I couldn't really go and create anything to post because I'm trying to make my things. I noticed that popular podcasters, a lot of them like put their face in their photos, and like I don't want to put my face in photos. A, because I'm young and I don't think my mom would want me to do that, and B, because like I absolutely freaking hate how I look in photos, and I am the type of person who will not care about literally anything. But the one thing that bothers me is how I look in any photo, any camera. I look absolutely horrible. Like in real life, I actually think I look very pretty. But in the camera, I look absolutely disgusting. Um, so yeah, I'm just not photogenic at all. So like, I don't want to put my face in photos, and that's another thing. But like, I'm trying to do photos where I either A, don't have to put my face in it, or B, they're not even of me. Like, I have not posted a single photo with me being physically in it until, yeah, probably today, because I'm thinking of just taking a photo, like a mirror photo with my back turned of my hair, because yeah, hair care episode, it's either that or just like some hair care products lined up and photo taken of those. Oh my gosh, I got so off topic, but yeah, that's part of the reason why I haven't been posting any episode updates. I cannot think of anything to post. I don't have anything to post, and for some reason, Instagram posts are taking me forever to create. So I really need to get back on track with that. Okay, so life updates. Why don't we move on to that? So, um, I don't really know how to explain this, but a new album came out by Charlie XCX, and I've been listening to a lot of her music lately. And it's like the second like version, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Of her album Brat, and it's called Brat, and it's completely different, but it's also still Brat. And it's a really good album. It's really long, but it's a good album, like I said. And that came out on the 11th, and that's like what I've been listening to the past few days. And yeah, I just like love all her music. So yeah, that's literally all I have to say about it. And I accidentally just flung a slap ruler at my computer. So yeah, I'm gonna like put that away. But that's the album. Okay, what else? Okay, so my walk. This is an interesting story. So it was Thursday, and Thursdays are the one day I don't run or do any of what I consider like sweaty workouts, like a workout that would make me sweaty, and that means I would have to shower later. I don't do any of that on Thursdays because that's just the one day I don't have to do anything. Because Monday, Wednesday, I have soccer. Like out of the weekdays, by the way, Monday, Wednesday, I have soccer, and then Tuesday, Friday, I have to do strength training, and then Thursday's just the one day that I don't actually have to do any of that. So I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna walk on Thursdays because walking can help with like running somehow, and also walking is just like fun, good exercise. Don't really know how to put it, but yeah. Okay. Frick. So I was on my walk and I was about to turn around, and then my friend was texting me, and she was like, "Hey, can you call?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So I answered the call, and I was just like, "Okay, hey, so I'm kind of on a walk right now. But yeah, we're just gonna talk anyway because I want to." And also, it's not weird if someone's like walking past you and talking on a phone. It's fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Um, so yeah, that was that. And we were just talking about, because we have no classes together this year, and we used to see each other all the time. She's one of my closest friends. I actually had her on the podcast for my 43rd episode, I believe. The sharing random stories one. It's that person, Sanchi. She's like one of my closest friends, probably. Like next to my actual best friend who moved halfway across the world. And if she's listening to this, I miss you, and I kind of hate you for leaving, but like in a joking way. Okay, I need to stop getting so off topic, but we were just talking about how much we missed each other, and then her mom yelled at her something, and then she was like, okay, wait, I gotta go talk to my mom really quick. And then she went back and she's like, do you want to come over? Because my mom just said that I should invite you over. And we were just like, how does this always happen? Because between the both of us, we have a bunch of other stuff that we have to do, and like sports, that kind of thing. Sports homework, that kind of stuff. And we don't really hang out during the school year. Like, we used to hang out a decent amount during the summer, but during the school year this year, like, not a lot. Um, so yeah, and she was just like, do you want to come over? And I was just like, isn't it so funny how every time we call each other, because it's so rare, it usually ends with us hanging out. And she's like, yeah, that's weird. Like, you get what you ask out of life. If you wish to have, like, I don't know, if you wish to, I'm trying to think of something, like, for me, okay, my example, I wanted to see my friend, and I was just like kind of sad about that, you know. I wish I could see her, but with like the calling, you know, that was my work, and the universe just did the rest of it for me. Kind of. I got to hang out with her. It's a really stupid example, but like, if you get what you ask out of life in addition to hard work, like, manifestation is a real thing. Um, if you want good grades and you're just like wishing for good grades, and you work hard and you study hard and you get good grades, that's like you getting what you ask of life. If you just like don't even care and you're just like, "Ugh, I'm gonna flunk my test anyway," you're not gonna get a good grade. Okay, like, yeah, manifestation plus hard work, it gets you what you want out of life. Okay, like, okay, for example, if you just like took, if you had a big test and you were just like, oh well, I'm gonna flunk any, like, oh well, I'm two scenarios. Okay, I'm gonna flunk anyway. You just don't study. Then, yeah, obviously you're gonna get a bad grade because A, you asked that out of life, and B, you just didn't even try for it. So yeah, and then the other one is, I'm literally losing my train of thought so bad right now. Okay, the other one is you like study really hard, but you're just like, I'm gonna flunk anyway. That's just bringing more negative energy, and your studying, that's going to revolve around the negative energy of, oh well, I'm going to flunk anyway, it's supposed to, I'm going to do amazing, and then all that studying just becomes useless. And you're probably going to flunk anyway because that's what you asked out of life. So so what you ask out of life plus hard work, or like really any work, in my case of me and my friend, is like, it gets you what you want out of life. Okay, so that was just like a little life lesson from this week. um but yeah, just like apply that to any part of your life and you will get what you want, trust me. Okay, so moving along. My soccer game that was yesterday, we lost, and I was doing horrible because I have been running for, yesterday marks 2 weeks of running, and I'm already noticing like a decent difference. So yeah. And I was doing absolutely horrible yesterday because it was really sunny outside, and it's kind of hard to run when it's hot, especially at the speed and intensity required for like soccer. So yeah, it kind of sucked, like really bad. But I'm working on it. My season ends this coming Saturday, the 19th. We have playoffs. I'm hoping we're gonna get championships, but yeah. So that's that. What else? I'm trying to think. But yeah, and then yesterday there was also my friend's Halloween party. That was pretty fun. I met some people. It was just a grand old time. Okay. So I need to stop sounding like an old lady and get on with this episode. So before moving on, let's do one thing we're grateful for and one thing we're happy about. Okay, so one thing I'm grateful for is honestly the stupidest thing ever, but chocolate. Okay, I'm just grateful for chocolate because I freaking love chocolate, and I just don't know. Whenever I'm sad, I just eat chocolate, and it makes life so much better. And this is the stupidest thing ever, like, seriously the stupidest thing ever. But yeah, that's all I can think of. But I'm grateful for chocolate. Okay, so one thing I'm happy about. I don't really know. Okay. Um, Probably just like my friends, because they're amazing people, and we're doing an English project right now, and my two friends in my English class, um, like, they're amazing, and we got so much work done. I don't really know. I'm just grateful for like all my friends, because if I had to do this project alone, that was an option. I never would have gotten it done, and I'm just grateful I had these people to help me, you know? And it's just like friends make everything better. Like, the group project sucked a little less because every time we FaceTime, we would get a bit off track. then we're like, okay, guys, we need to get on track. And like the getting off track parts just made it a bit more fun. Like I don't really know how to put it, but yeah. Okay, and our book of the week. I almost forgot about that. Okay, let's see here. Let me get it. Okay, so this is going great. I don't see it anywhere, but the book is called The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. I'm hoping that's how you pronounce all of that stuff. She wrote the Selection series, which I mentioned on this podcast before. A good series, and it's just like I don't really know how to put it. It's like a romance novel. Okay, so there's this girl, Hollis. I'm hoping that's how you say her name, and she's in court. I don't know how to explain that. I don't even know what it is, but she catches the king's eye, and the king wants to marry her, and she falls in love with him for a short bit. And then there's this other person that comes from a neighboring country. They're sort of friends slash enemies in terms of like international relations, I guess. And those two countries, and the family comes from that other country. It's the two parents and then the four kids, and then their oldest son. They like Hollis and their oldest son. They fall in love with each other, and she kind of keeps it a secret for a while. Tries to ignore it because she's like, I'm supposed to marry the king. No, like this is what I should be doing. Otherwise, it's going to literally ruin me. Like ruin like the girl. She's like, it's going to ruin my reputation. Parents are gonna hate me, and her parents already hate this girl because she is not exactly the most obedient person. But that's just what makes the king like her, and her parents just get more pissed off at that. So yeah, but yeah, it's about like that love story, I guess. Don't really know how else to put it. It's a really good book though. There's a sequel to it, The Betrayal. I have that in my house. I have that book in my house. I just need to find it. It's like downstairs. I have not gone downstairs a lot today, so yeah, that's fun. But that's that. Oh my gosh, we're at 16 minutes. Okay, I need to stop talking and get on with this episode because it is a long episode. I might actually just split this into two parts at this rate. Okay, you're kidding me. So let's get into it. Hair care routines. I need to get going with this. Okay, I cannot believe it's been 17 minutes already. Okay, so my hair care routine honestly super simple. So to start the morning of the day I'm supposed to wash my hair, I try my best to put coconut oil in it or like some random Indian hair oil my mother made at that period of time in my hair. I leave the hair oil in for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours, and then I go and like work out, and then I usually just shower after that. Well, I always shower after my workouts, but yeah. I use these Function of Beauty products, and for those of you who don't know what Function of Beauty is, literal best hair care solution ever. Okay, so based on your hair type, whether it's like straight, wavy, curly, or coily, you choose like these shampoo and conditioner bases. And then what you do, you can either just use those bases on their own, like customized to your hair type, or you can buy these little booster shots that you put into the bases based on your hair goals. Like for me, I used a curly hair shampoo and conditioner bases with the deep conditioning booster shots, the anti-frizz booster shots, and the curl definition booster shots. These ones work great, and this is definitely the best hair care brand I've ever tried. They have 10 different booster shots in total, so you can choose which ones you think will work best for you. If you want, you can experiment. You can put up to 3 different ones in the shampoo and conditioner. Yeah. So you also have other bases like hair masks, hair mists, curl creams, and some other stuff. So you can just use that stuff on its own, or you can add some booster shots into them as well. It's not super expensive either. It's $10 for the shampoo and conditioner base each, 11 ounces, and then it's about $3 for 2 booster shots. That come in a box based on the kind of booster shot they are. I don't think I'm exactly explaining this well, but yeah, that's the best I can explain it. It's only at Target though. I mean, it's on Amazon, like the whole thing, but it's kind of hard to buy it's hard to buy booster shots on Amazon unless they come in like a big ass like kit thing or whatever. Um, don't really know how to put it. I am not speaking properly today. Oh goodness. Okay, it's only at Target though. I'll link every single product I mentioned in the description below as well. But yeah, I use those and they work great. With the shampoo though, if I did actually oil my hair that day, I'll use this silicone scalp scrubber I bought off Shein for literally $1.30. I love this. It literally made my dandruff go away in about 2 weeks of using it. And if I don't use it because my hair is like so damn thick, if I try to get all the shampoo throughout my hair with my hair still won't feel clean. So this is an amazing product for those with thicker hair, and I definitely recommend it. If I did oil my hair that day, then I'll use the scalp scrubber a bit more aggressively on the first wash and pretty light on the second one. But if I didn't get to oil my hair that day, then I just wash my hair with shampoo one time and use a scalp scrubber pretty dang aggressively. I don't think that's the best for my hair, but that's what gets it clean. So yeah, you have to make sure it's silicone though, because any other material will like damage your scalp, and possibly get tangled in your hair. Another thing I remembered, okay, so I used to have an Ipsy subscription. For those of you who don't know what Ipsy is, it's like this beauty product box subscription service. You can either get 5 different sample size products, 3 sample size, and 2 full size products, I think. It's a mix of sample size and full size. Or 5 full size products each month. They changed it like a while after I canceled my subscription. So I don't know if it's still the same because it's been a long ass time since I've checked that. So probably changed, but yeah. Okay, so I got this scalp scrub, and it's literally exactly like a body scrub, but it's for your hair. It was from the brand OUAI. I can't say the name. So yeah, that. And it was my favorite hair care product ever. That made my dandruff go away completely after one use. So there's that too. It has not come back at all. After just one use, it was gone. Hair masks are another thing. I used to use this Dove pink clay hair mask that my mom bought for me somewhere. It made my hair so soft and so smooth, and like I don't even know why I didn't buy another one of those because it wasn't even expensive. It's like $7 off something. It is a good amount. I think it lasted me like maybe even like 10 uses. I don't know, a lot of uses. Um, but yeah, I've also been meaning to try like Shea Moisture hair masks because I have heard good things about those, and they aren't too expensive, and they're a lot bigger than the Dove things too. So that too, because like they seem good. Okay. And so you just use like the in shower hair mask after shampoo, and you leave it in for a few minutes, and then you rinse it out. And then you put conditioner in your hair. Another conditioner tip: try to get as much water out of your hair as you possibly can before you put the conditioner in your hair. The excess water that only dilutes your conditioner and makes it a lot less effective. After getting out of the shower, I always air dry my hair unless I need my hair dry like fast for whatever reason. And even then, probably won't air dry it because I just don't care. Um, so yeah, so I use the conair 1875 wattage hair dryer. I don't know why I'm speaking so slow. Okay, for speed drying, you want to use like a hair dryer above 1800 watts, preferably lower if your hair is really thin or damage prone. Also, you want to use heat protectant. I don't use heat protectant because I don't use heat tools on my hair. And the one time I decided to use heat protectant, it took my hair over an hour and a half of hair drying and then a whole day, and it still wasn't dry. So never again for me. If your hair is prone to dryness, even beyond all that, you can also just use like a leave-in conditioner for extra hydration. I used to use one and then I just stopped using it because like with my skin, okay, so long story short, my skin's really bad. Well, not really bad, but like I cut down my skincare routine to almost nothing and my skin got really good. So I'm doing the same with my hair. I'm trying to use as little hair stuff as possible, but like I need to get a curl cream for my hair. That's like the one thing I still need to do. And I need to get a hair comb for my hair because that's another thing I still need to do. But after that, I brush my hair out, which is not exactly good because I have curly hair. And that's my hair care routine. Like I'm working on my curly hair care routine, but yeah. Okay, so that was my hair care routine with some of my product faves and some other tips. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about foods for healthy hair. So you are what you eat. That's a saying that goes beyond your body because it also applies to your hair. There are certain nutrients that your hair needs to be healthy and grow lush and long. So if you feed your hair what it needs, then your hair will grow to be long, thick, smooth, shiny, and just gorgeous. But if you do the opposite and eat a ton of crappy foods, like I don't know, processed lasagna, like packaged lasagna every night, I mean it's good, but like no. Then your hair will look dry and dull and feel sort of dead. You don't need to completely revamp your diet in order to change your hair. Just some minor changes, like the smallest changes, can completely transform your hair and your health simultaneously. So our hair strands are mostly made up of protein. So that's one thing we all need. Protein is also important for strong muscle growth, obviously, and overall health. Protein gives our hair the power and fuel it needs to be strong and grow healthy. So, like, if you don't eat enough protein, you might experience some hair loss, and your hair regrowth can even become like halted. So, eating more protein can really strengthen your hair. Number 2, okay, so healthy fats are for shine and to make your hair naturally more hydrated and soft. So the omega-3 fatty acids that are found in some fish and the other healthy fats in nuts and avocados and some other stuff, these healthy fats can keep your hair hydrated and make it smooth and shiny and softer. And it also improves your scalp health with which makes the regrowth of your hair better as well, or like the new growth of hair better. On the contrary, we all know that fats are not created equal. The saturated and trans fats found in a lot of processed foods will make your hair dry and dull and make your hair lose volume, but the healthy fats, they will do the opposite and make your hair amazing. Okay, so number 3, carbs. Okay, this one, it doesn't make any sense for me because I eat probably more carbs than I should because I love bread and potatoes and I'm Indian, so there's tons of rice as well. Then again, it doesn't really matter because I'm really young, and once again, maybe it's the types of carbs. Because I do eat honey wheat bread and not white bread, which is slightly better, and I eat white rice, which isn't exactly the best. Potatoes are meh. I don't really know which kinds of potatoes are the best. Probably the ones with less starch. Um, we usually use like russet potatoes or Yukon Gold potatoes, and those are medium to high in starch. So yeah, maybe not the best. But eating carbs from whole grains and slow release food carbs. Okay, I cannot speak. But eating carbs from whole grains and slow release carbs found in some fruits and vegetables can help your hair health. Carbs are the stuff that our body converts into energy, and that energy is also used to increase hair growth. Number 4, biotin. Okay, so biotin is actually really important for hair growth and hair health in general. Biotin is a B vitamin and is actually basically considered like it's magic for your hair. Biotin plays an essential role in giving energy to our cells by helping our body process fat, proteins, and fats, which are crucial food groups for hair growth. There is pretty much no solid evidence that consuming extra biotin will enhance your hair, but having a deficiency definitely will make your hair thinner and more damage prone slash brittle and breaky. So taking a biotin supplement might help your hair, and biotin is actually really important for your skin and your nail health too, just not as much as your hair, but still pretty important. Number 5, okay, iron. Iron carries out oxygen to all parts of our body, including the scalp, which in turn promotes healthy hair growth and makes your hair vibrant. But eating too much iron can become deadly and can actually kill you, so please don't do that. But my mom, okay, so she used to have a really bad iron deficiency, and I remember a ton of her hair used to fall, and it was so dry. That could have been because of hair color, but I'm pretty sure iron had a role in that. It was basically like horrible. My mom has beautiful hair, and like me saying it was horrible back then is saying something. She still has an iron deficiency, but it's not as bad anymore, and her hair is amazing. So, true story of how iron is really important to hair growth. Number 6, okay, going from vitamins A to E. These vitamins each have something to do with your hair health. So, it's really important to understand what each does for your hair and see if you might be lacking any of these vitamins. We're going from this is like this is the vitamin alphabet for your hair. Okay, vitamin A. It helps your cells produce sebum, which is a natural oil that keeps your scalp moisturized and hydrated. This is really important as having a dry scalp can lead to dandruff and hair loss and like much slower hair growth. B vitamins hold the role of creating red blood cells, which carry the nutrients and oxygen not only necessary for good hair but good health overall. Vitamin C produces collagen, which is a protein that will strengthen your hair. Vitamin D will help to stimulate your hair follicles at the scalp and make your hair grow. And finally, vitamin E enhances, oh my gosh, enhances, what the heck was that? Enhances the blood flow to the scalp, which makes your hair become softer and more vibrant. So that was the vitamin alphabet A through E for your hair. How you can apply this knowledge by, for example, let's say your hair is very dry. Maybe you need more vitamin E to help with that, and the same goes for all these other vitamins. So useful stuff to know. 7, okay, water. So I had no clue that drinking enough water was this important to hair health, and that's probably why my hair is absolute crap. But I have been drinking more water lately, and it was helping my hair for a short bit. And then after that, like this past month, okay, I have been losing so much of my hair. It's not even funny anymore. Like, I have probably lost half of my hair and I don't know why. I am trying like so hard to make it stop and I'm pretty sure it stopped, but like I don't know what made it just like be like, okay, I'm just gonna fall out today. Like, no. Um so yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not from the water, it's probably from something else, but like it's fine. Anyway, enough about that. Your hair is like a plant, and plants need water to grow and be gorgeous and thrive. Your hair also needs water in the same way that plants need water. Water makes up about 60 to 70% of your body, which is kind of a lot. So you need to replenish that water loss through sweat and climate changes and all that stuff. Actually, go drink some water like right now. Please do that. Do me a favor. Dehydration can lead to dry hair and more split ends and make your hair more likely to fall out and become brittle. So make it your daily goal to drink half your body weight in ounces every single day to maintain happy hair. Drinking enough water can also help you get rid of toxins through body functions and make nutrient absorption easier for your body, which are both vital for healthy hair growth. When you drink enough water, like your cells function a lot better, including the cells that are responsible for hair growth and cell regeneration. Also, a well hydrated scalp is less likely to have problems such as dryness or itchiness that could stunt your hair growth, or even worse, make it fall out like mine. But the main problem with drinking enough water for many people is that they just forget to drink water amongst other mind consuming tasks. So, my first tip, just have a water bottle on hand always, even if it's just one of those tiny 8-ounce plastic ones. Like, it's something. It also goes for fruits and veggies high in water. If you can't remember to drink water, maybe just eat it instead. And also, the fruits and veggies probably have stuff that's good for your hair as well. Maybe you can also try like setting reminders or recurring apps, or try an app like Gulp or Water Reminder to tell you to drink water and track your water intake. Even though the point of this little section was foods to help you with your hair, water is still vital to hair growth and healthy hair, and that's also something that's commonly like overlooked. All the more reason to listen to my reminder at the end of every episode to go drink some water. Number 8, foods high in omega-3 fatty acids are healthy fats and can make sure your hair and scalp are well hydrated for soft and shiny locks. Any sort of fatty fish can is like really high in these healthy fats and stuff and can help your hair. They make your hair grow healthy and they also give you like a natural shine. These fatty acids are also amazing in general for your health, and if you're looking for a non-seafood option, chia seeds might have even more fatty acids in them than these fish. Chia seeds are also very high in protein and a ton of other essential nutrients, so give them a try. But you want to make sure they're organic, otherwise, like the preservatives and just chemical crap they put in, like everything that you eat these days can affect like the nutrient potential. But yeah, they're not that bad. Anyway, berries. I love berries, so this makes me happy. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, any sort of berries are chock full of antioxidants like vitamin C and many others that can protect your hair from free radicals present in the air. Vitamin C also stimulates collagen, which is that protein I mentioned earlier, and that strengthens your hair and prevents brittleness. And also, these antioxidants are just amazing for your health in general, and berries are yummy. Why not eat some berries? Yeah. 10. Leafy greens. I hate basically all green food. Like, if you give me a food and if it's green, I will probably not eat it. Spinach and cilantro are okay though, but anything else like kale or broccoli, or on another note, avocados, if it's green, I most likely hate it. Greens are healthy, of course, and most people dislike them. I'm not saying that you should have a whole freaking blender of green smoothie every morning because that sounds absolutely disgusting. But try adding greens here and there, or if you hate them that much, hide them in your food. Sneak some spinach into your berry smoothie or something like that. You won't even taste it. Greener the foods, the better they are, and the more I hate them, but yeah, figure it out. Okay, so that was all on healthy hair foods. I hope those help. Now, a quick little side note, everything in moderation, please. And excess of anything will become bad for you. So, moderation. Okay, so next up, we have tips to grow your hair. Fun one, and I'm excited, I guess. Okay, so number 1, your scalp contains about 100,000 hair follicles. This actually like depends on your hair color. each functioning like it's like basically a mini factory to produce hair. A single strand of hair goes through 4 different phases, which is something really interesting I learned. The first one is anagen, the growth phase. The next one is catagen, I don't know how to say it, which is the transition phase. The third is telogen, which is the resting phase, and then finally is exogen, which is the end of the hair strand. How sad. Okay. Usually the length of a strand depends on how much time it spends in the anagen phase. The longer it stays in this phase, the longer it will grow. At any given second, about 90% of your hair will be in the anagen phase, which is kind of crazy. This stage can go anywhere from 2 to 7 years, and the strand of hair grows about half an inch every month. The remaining 10% are either saying bye bye or taking a rest. Going off track for a bit, common myth is that if you trim your hair or shave it all off or something like that, it will grow back faster. While tons of split ends can stunt your hair growth, that's probably why my hair hasn't grown a lot in the past 2 years. That's why it's best to trim them every 6 to 8 weeks or so. But cutting off a chunk of your hair won't make it grow back faster or more because that's just kind of stupid. Another going off track a bit, washing your hair often makes it grow faster. Okay, no. Keeping your hair clean is important for hair health, but it doesn't make your hair grow faster. Dirt and buildup on your scalp can hinder the growth of your hair, but keeping it super duper clean 24/7, that only hurts your hair, does not help it. And also, overusing all those products can also make your hair like super dry and just blah. Okay, another thing we can't ignore for making our hair long and luscious are genetics. Genetics play a major role in hair type, length, health, and growth rate. Basically everything. They also influence hair texture, which can connect with scalp health. This is something really interesting I learned, but there's actually something called terminal length, which is pretty much the max length your hair will grow based on your genetics before it just naturally sheds. If you already tried everything, like literally everything, to make your hair grow and it still won't get any longer, this limit ish thing could be why, but don't let that make you give up. You can also do some things to make your hair look fuller and longer, even though it's really not. Number three, we already mentioned this, but everything I mentioned for food, for general hair health, also goes for making your hair grow longer, so just keep that in mind. Number four, okay, hydrating hair care. When you drink more water, you hydrate from within, and that's actually far more important for hair growth than hair products. I honestly don't think hair products really matter that much, but adding some hydrating hair products into your hair care routine can be useful to make your hair grow, be healthier, and grow faster. You want to look for ones with aloe, honey, or shea butter, as these are all soothing and hydrating ingredients. Hydrating masks and oiling your hair can also go like deeper into your hair shaft and help in that area. Hydrating your hair can make sure it won't break or lead to hair loss, and prevention is so much more useful than treatment. That's something I learned. With my acne, like you want to prevent the acne, you don't want to treat it because it's just I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It just is better. So you also want to avoid heat tools and try like air drying your hair as well because the heat will make your hair all dry and dead. Number five, try to limit stress in your life. I feel like just hearing that makes you more stressed. Okay, so for a lot of you guys listening, that might be really hard because you might already be thinking, oh, but there's this and that and so much other stuff I have to do and deal with, and I can't just wake up and decide not to be stressed. That's not how it works. When we are under stress in terms of how it impacts our hair growth, our brain and body divert their attention from hair growth and general hair health to that stress. And if a person is placed under too much stress, a big sign is losing a ton of hair. That actually might be why I've been losing my hair because of my civics class. It's the hardest class I have this year, and it's just an absolute pain. Um, so, trying to implement some lifestyle changes or mindfulness practices such as yoga or meditation can also help you better manage your stress. Number six, avoid heat tools. This trick is pretty much common knowledge because you probably hear it everywhere when it comes to tricks to making your hair longer. Constant use of hair dryers, curling irons, and straighteners can really strain and make your hair like really dry too. That leads your hair to becoming brittle and causes hair loss, which won't really help you grow your hair. When you absolutely must use some heat tool, always use a heat protectant to create a sort of like barrier between your hair and the heat, which minimizes the damage from the heat just a little bit. Obviously, just not using the heat tools is a lot better, but I mean, even a little bit of protection is something. Number 7, scalp massagers can actually help your hair grow longer in a few ways. Getting a massage for your body increases circulation and makes you feel calm and relaxed. And a scalp massage works the same way for your scalp by stimulating more blood flow to the scalp, and that gets each strand more nutrients. All you need is about 5 minutes every day for a quick scalp massage. And you want to use your fingertips and not your nails, because that just like scratches your scalp and that's not good. And you want to go from front to back in small circular motions. That's one way it helps. And the second way is that any sort of massage makes you feel calm and relaxed, and that's a good de-stressor. So reducing stress can also boost hair growth. So that's that. 8, oiling your hair. Super important one. This is something I do just about every time I wash my hair, and it works wonders. Oiling is also one of the first and most commonly heard things when it comes to how to grow your hair, but there are so many choices. Okay, so coconut oil is great for hydration. Argan oil is great for adding a bit of shine to your hair, and there are a million other hair oils that probably would work great for your hair. But in this case, rosemary oil is apparently amazing for hair growth. Castor oil has a ton of vitamin E in it, so that might be a good option for hair growth. Don't only focus on the oil you use though. You also need to pay some attention to how you're using it. Try like warming the oil in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then you massage it into your scalp and the rest of your hair for the most benefits. Warm oil just works better for some reason. I don't know why. I never warm the hair oil, but I might just start doing that because it just seems better. Okay. Number 9, serums and masks and those types of treatments are often not you don't think about them when you're trying to grow your hair. Hair masks and serums can help hydrate and restore your hair to make it stronger and more resilient to external factors that could harm your hair. They also usually have some stuff in them to treat certain hair problems, and there are about 4 million different hair masks for every hair issue to ever exist. You can also make a homemade hair mask. From my experience, DIY hair masks are far more effective than any store-bought hair mask to exist, and there also just so happen to be 4 million recipes for that online too. Serums are sort of like hair oils, but you use a lot less, and they kind of make a barrier, and they have some nutrients and stuff in them to make your hair stronger and softer, shinier, and just healthy in general. There's also the world of other treatments such as scalp scrubs, such as the one I mentioned earlier, or leave-in conditioners, which I used to use but stopped using because I decided I hated how dirty my hair would get. Like it got dirty so freaking fast, like so dirty so fast. But if you have super dry hair and have found absolutely no hydrating treatments to exist that seem to work, you can try using a leave-in conditioner to preserve hair moisture. Once again, your diet and water intake and that stuff is what really matters in hair growth, like the internal stuff. But these types of treatments that you apply to your hair are only meant to help the process along, not the only thing you do to grow your hair. Okay, so that was all I had for hair growth tips. I hope this helped. And if they don't grow your hair, these are also just like tips that can make your current hair healthier as well. Okay, so now I want to talk about probably the most interesting topic I found, and it's about like how yoga and exercise can actually influence hair growth, and I found that to be very interesting. I just wanted to start with a quick little side note. I didn't think that exercise would have any say in hair health whatsoever. Found it interesting and did a bit of research for this episode. Nothing to replace a pro's advice. Um, Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, blood circulation and reducing stress play a huge role in hair growth and the general health of your hair. When you exercise, your heart rate goes up, and that means more blood is being pumped out to everywhere in your body, which also means more nutrients are being delivered to those parts of your body, including your scalp. And that makes the hair follicles stronger. This makes your hair follicles stronger and stimulates them, which leads to faster hair growth and healthy hair. Exercise and yoga can also regulate hormones that have an impact on hair health. I mentioned the stages of a strand of hair earlier, but in order to make your hair grow, the goal is to keep the hair strands in the anagen phase as long as possible. So the blood circulation and oxygen and all that good stuff helps your hair in that way too. exercise is not one of the first or even something you think about at all when it comes to hair growth. So now let's talk about yoga. My parents are obsessed with it, but does it actually like help your hair? So certain yoga poses, they make the blood like flow to your scalp. So yoga is like also really calming and it reduces your stress levels, and that fact can also boost your hair growth. Another little obstacle you're probably making, about like 4 million excuses as to why you will do anything to grow your hair besides working out. There are tons and tons of options for working out that you can do. Like, you're bound to find at least one form of exercise you like. Heck, I have a whole episode on 100 ways to get fit, so and go work out. Like, go listen to that. Scheduling those workout sessions is another way to actually go and work out. If you like actually see something in your calendar, you're far likely to like just go do it. You can also figure out how to make sure that you have rest periods in between your workout days. This is also really important if you do strength training. I always put 3 days in between any of my strength training workouts. That's why I strength train on Tuesdays and Fridays. Gives me 3 rest days. Well, not three, like two, whatever. Your hair and your muscles will thank you for the rest time, especially if you're just starting with working out. Just make sure you put them in your calendar 3 to 4 times a week at the least. Balancing the types of workouts you do is also really important. My episode on like working out covers how. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna do this episode, but then I decided it would be kind of toxic, so I didn't. It was like on weight and like my crazy weight journey and working out and like how you should work out based on your body type. There was a bunch of like things, and then I decided it would be kind of toxic, so I didn't do it. But yeah. Anyways, so you always want to balance the types of workouts you do. I will do how you should work out based on your body type in a future episode. So yeah, because that's something I found really interesting. But yeah, you want to balance it. Cardio workouts like running, dance cardio, swimming, those and many more are all great forms of cardio, and those make your heart beat faster, which means that blood circulation is being boosted. Cardio is also great for your heart in general anyway. Strength training is also a great way to boost circulation because pretty much any form of exercise will boost your heart rate at least a little bit. It also makes you stronger, which is an added plus. Strength training also aids in balancing your hormones, and that will help hair growth. Oh my gosh, this episode is getting to be really long. This might be the longest episode I've ever had. Yoga is also apparently great for blood circulation and improving your flexibility. It's also relaxing, apparently. I have never done yoga before, and I don't really plan on doing it because all my parents talk about, and it seems kind of boring. But there is evidence proving it useful. I would just never be able to hold a random painful pose or listen to a video or whatever to tell me to just breathe through it. Though, like, no way. And also, yoga won't help me with like my goals in life. Like, I run because it's for soccer, and I do strength training because I need to build muscle because that's like the only way I'm ever gonna maintain my weight. And then I do cardio and other kinds of workouts just because it's probably a good idea to do them. But yeah, it might just work for you. So yoga also helps with like mind to body connection, and that can reduce stress and improve your mental health overall. Certain poses like a downward dog or forward bend or rabbit pose or whatever these poses are, those can also improve blood circulation towards the scalp, and that makes your hair grow stronger, longer, and just become healthier. By adding yoga or meditation or exercise or whatnot to your life, you're taking a step to improve your overall health and also your hair. Little side note. Okay, wait. This is actually like the last of the episode. I just realized that. Okay, so this might not be the longest episode ever. Actually, wait, it might. Anyway, the journey to better hair and fitness isn't about super intense hour-and-a-half workouts and painful yoga poses. It's about practice and gradually building to those intense workouts in very hard yoga poses. I would never have been able to do even the easiest strength training if that's one of the first workouts I started with. Instead, I built up my endurance with cardio and other bodyweight muscle building workouts, and I have been at that for 2 or so years and strength training for only about 3 months. And it's just fitness, it's all about building it up gradually. If you do too much exercise, you'll grow to hate it, and that can actually lead to stress, which will damage your hair. So make sure you take rest days and do other nice things for yourself on those days. If you want, you can like stretch on rest days if you feel the need to just like move. I'm young, so I do a lot of exercise. About an hour. I try to get an hour or do that like about every single day, but you don't need to do that. most of you listening probably only need to do like 30 to 45 minutes of exercise a day, 3 to 5 days a week. That's all. So balance is really key here. So that was all I had to say on how yoga and exercise can influence hair growth and hair health. And there's a dog barking outside, so please ignore that. I hope you guys found it interesting and that it helps. Now, to end our episode today, I have a quote for you guys from an unknown author. The quote goes, "Be good to your hair. You wear it every single day." Bye, guys. Rate, review, follow, and share this podcast. Drink some water, and I love you all.